Lonely Attack on the Different World, Web Novel, Chapter 116. If someone saw it, they'd think she is insane, but since she is having fun, it's all right. Day 44, Morning, The Cave. Unusually, it is raining. Did the rainy season start here? It's raining buckets for an annoyingly long time. Until now, it barely ever rained, and even when it did, it was only a light drizzle in the middle of the night. Well, it does seem like it's going to stop after a while, so for now, we are taking shelter in the cave. Continuing night activities first thing in the morning is not a good idea. It sounds very appealing, but it is not a good idea. Yeah, I actually thought about that, but she gave me a glare. So I'm killing time remodeling the cave without much of a plan, and making new furniture. Getting into the mood, I made a hammock where we spent a while snuggling. It's a secret that we then took things further. Preparing the garden through magic, while sitting in the comfort of the cave, planting the fruit trees, which I purchased in the town and the village, adding a terrace and connecting it with a room, branching the river and making a small pond, creating tables and benches around it, creating stone pavements along the river bank, making an arch bridge across it, placing benches on the opposite shore as well. As I was playing around like that, the rain finally turned to a drizzle. Looks like it's about to stop. Since it's light rain, we can both stay or go back if you want. She is hesitating, but it seems like she leans towards going back. At night, she is coming at me on her own, but in the morning, for some reason, is angry and gives me a flat gaze. Probably means that I'm overdoing it, but, well, I'm a high school boy and can't win during the day, so night is my only chance to shine. Yeah, since I have no highlight scenes, I have to do my best during love scenes, so it's not my fault at all. Now it looks like Armored Prez-san has the girls on her mind, so we are going back. Spending time with just the two of us is great and all, but she seems to be happy to finally have female friends to talk with, and we can come back here any time anyway, so let's return. But I wonder just what are they doing during those girls-only gatherings? Even if I try to ask her, she always replies that it's a girl's secret and doesn't tell me anything. Picking up speed, we are going to leave the forest without stopping for rest or whatever. The monsters are already extinct, and mushrooms are experiencing results of excessive foraging, so there is nothing to do here. While surprised by the effect of Swiftfoot, I spring through the forest. The combination of effects of walking and power-ups from the level-ups greatly increased my movement speed. Armored Prez-san is following me without a problem. The trip takes less than an hour if we don't hunt. It's already in sight. Something town? Did you find any good wares? I'll buy them, I will. I'm a rich man now. Can you hear me, general store peasant? Kind of. Returning to the town, we drop by the general store. Armored Prez-san is going nuts over newly arrived clothes. The aura she gives off almost feels threatening, so I'll leave her alone for now. The variation and quantity of goods seems to be growing, but how should I put it? Very gradually. And the merchandise is all over the store, so it feels kind of cramped. You aren't making that much profit? I gave you plenty of investments and mushrooms, so why is the store still so small? The mushrooms are selling well, but the suppliers can't keep up, and I just expanded the store, but already have nowhere to place the goods because of a certain someone. She bought the building next door and connected it to the store, breaking the walls. There is difference in ground levels, and the whole thing doesn't look great at all. Since she is trying to cram everything here, the goods are in chaos, leaving piles with no logic. You bought the lot behind the store, right? If you don't have enough, I'll lend you money. You can pay me back later in lewd underwear. Naturally, I'll accept lewd dresses as well. That one was amazing. Really, like really. Thank you very much, sorta. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have new arrivals, so calm down. I bought the land, but there are no carpenters available. I didn't even decide if I should put a warehouse or store there. So until the building is made, we will have to operate in this state, thanks to a certain someone. Somehow, every day is very busy. Just what happened to this town, thanks to a certain someone. She bought the store next door to expand, but since it still was not enough, she bought the lot behind the store as well. I even refrained from taking all her money, since she said that she needs it because of that purchase, and it turns out she didn't even begin construction there. I mean, I even invested money, shrooms, and magic stones, all for rice and arrows. I'm throwing all my money to indulge two of the three primordial desires, completely sacrificing the need for sleep to keep at it every night until late. Since you already bought the land, shall I erect it? The limit of stone construction is 4 or 5 floors anyway, so it will only take a moment. Do you need a basement, or maybe a dungeon? Huh? What do you mean by erect? Why is it going to take only a moment? And why would a general store need a dungeon underground? Just what do you want from a general store? Outside of lewd stuff, I do want a basement, but I certainly don't need a dungeon. Well, then, I will remodel the interior after I connect the two buildings, so please move the merchandise away from that wall. Armored Prez-san, please help her as well. You can take some clothes as payment later. With the land behind the store, we should get pretty much a square shape. A standard building should do. First and second floors are sales floors, third floor in reserve, and fourth and fifth floors are warehouse, office, and general store ladies' residence. Then make one basement floor as a warehouse, and it should be enough space for starters. With a standard multi-story building shape, it will be possible to add new floors on top of this, or expand the basement at any moment. Yeah, let's do this. Measuring accurate dimensions of the current store with Rajingan, I remember them and making necessary calculations offset for that. Then, pouring my mana underground, I create a foundation while gathering soil and stones, pulverize and mash them together, then erect walls encasing the current general store building, following, creating support pillars. At this rate, I might have just barely enough mana for 5 floors. Slowly pouring mana in, I use holding to bind earth and sand together, solidifying them into one structure. Making especially thick and strong pillars in 4 cardinal directions and in the center. I also add arches to support the upper floors, create stairs spiraling around the central pillar, and add rocks to reinforce the pillars and the walls. Make a designated entrance for unloading goods into the basement, and it's complete. It was more difficult than I expected. I'd feel scammed if I don't get any new lewd stuff after working so hard. Yeah, a male high school student can do anything for lewd stuff. Possibilities are unlimited, and there is also no limit to the number of clothes we need. After all, she is a great beauty, so she looks amazing no matter what you put on her. That's why I want to dress her up more. Well, and I also want to undress her, although I keep dressing her up in lewd clothes only, but it can't be helped. I just want something as sexy as her. Yeah, in a high school boy sort of way, sort of, kind of. With this and that, I went back to the store, and they are moving the goods at a very slow pace. They are only half done, even though I worked so hard. I already finished, and you are still not done? Anyway, I'll just connect this part then, and I will do the rest tomorrow. It seems my mana is pretty low as well. Reinforcing and strengthening the back wall of the general store, I merge it with the wall of the new building, then expand it, widen, and connect it. The mana, I have a little left. I just need a bit more. Barely, but I managed. Yeah, decoration and remodeling comes tomorrow. I am completely spent. What do you mean it's still not done? What did you finish? Huh? Ah! What is this? Where is this? What have you created? The general store lady jumped outside in a panic and is now looking up at the building with her mouth wide open. Perhaps multi-story buildings were still a rarity, but other citizens also gathered around it, looking up. It's just earth and stone walls. It's nothing special. Stare as much as you want. It's just a rectangular box. Yeah, painting and decorating it is for tomorrow. I'm getting hungry, so I'm going home, okay? Being low on mana makes me incredibly hungry. And also my head is spinning. I'm hungry and want to leave, but why is the general store lady standing frozen there with her head turned upward? What about my lewd goods? Or rather, if she doesn't go back to the store as fast as possible, Armored Prez-san might carry away all of the clothes from there. I'm serious. She is already holding an armful of clothes. Are you okay with that? With beaming smiles, Armored Prez-san is delighted since she got cute clothes. I'm delighted since I got lewd clothes. All right, I'm going to have her try all of these when we get back. I kind of suspect she won't be able to put on anything once she undresses, but we are going to try. I can think about the details after I undress her. I probably won't be able to think about anything once we get to that point, though. Probably something very different will begin, and we will have no time for dressing up. But to strip her, I will first have to dress her. Well, there is no doubt about what will happen, though. I'm back. An extra huge serving, please? Super urgently? I'm very hungry, very, really? Welcome back. How is the garden? Huh? What is that mountain of clothes? Are you going to open your own store? The girls dashed out of the building as soon as I told them that the general store had a new arrival of clothes. A few were even using Flash Step and Shukuchi, but the best stuff was already bought up by this jolly person next to me. I asked for additional servings until I was stuffed. The poster girl seemed to be very busy running around the place, so I presented her one of the dresses I bought at the general store, after which she began happily dancing that mysterious dance. If a stranger saw her, they'd think that she is crazy, but that's fun in its own way, so it's okay, I guess. Now, let's take a bath and sleep. Sleep very hard. Sleep so hard I'd have no time for sleeping. Sleep over and over and over again. Well, in a high school boy sort of way.